afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for December 5th, Saturday, 2020, 3 p.m. Eastern. All that you need, you can have. All of us. The universe is an absolutely very magical place. It is designed to provide everything that any of us need so that our bodies can relax into divinity within ourselves. And if you notice, all of your basic needs are already met. You have air to breathe. You have water to drink. You have food to eat. And a place to sleep and rest. You even have people who you could open your heart and arms up to embrace for a long, cozy, warm, healing hug. Everything that any of us need is we already now have. Yet our hungry ego adds on this extra layer of desire, which is like adding triple frosting onto your cake. And this layer can be so enticing that it can cause any of us to feel like our needs are not met. So defrosting can blind you from realizing you're not truly satisfied in life. There's a big difference between your needs and desires. Big difference between our needs and desires. The difference lies in our level of attachment to our desires and our willingness to relax and be okay with the life that we already have been given. When we can live from this relaxed space, the universe just wants to give us more. It's always being in a relaxed space, not expecting, not attaching, not taking things for granted. And when we can live from a relaxed space, the universe will just want to continually give us more and more and more. Since all we do is use it, we're never going to keep it. We will leave the body one day, and move on. So we don't take anything with us. The universe wants to fulfill all of our dreams, each and every one of us, all of our dreams, fantasies, and desires, and make us even happier than ever before. I don't think any one of us would say, "No, we don't want that." We'd say yes. So it's like, what is the final outcome that we want to feel in life, in this life? Is it possible for each of us to drop into that sensation right now? It's always so silly, the reasons why any of us suffer. It's just, it is the greatest time to really start loving you. It really is the greatest time to really start loving you. You are the all-pervading, all-transcending reality. Behave accordingly. Nisargadatta Mars. If you look at history, at all the wars and religions that were formed throughout time, they were all based on one thing. People did not feel intimately connected with their divine spiritual nature. If they did feel this real connection inside themselves, there would be no reason to fight for anything or search for God. you know deep down in your heart that you, each of us, are one with God, all is well. You feel perfectly at peace inside. All your complaints and problems will fade into the light. Like how a candle flame disappears when held up to the blazing of the sun. All suffering on this planet boils down to this one simple thing. The illusion of separation from our spiritual source. The illusion of separation from our spiritual source. This stems from the ignorance of our inherent spiritual nature. Ignorance is just because we don't have the knowledge. And of course, many of us know this intellectually, yet to be living it is an entirely new experience. The rest, how we view, how we can bring ourselves back home, how we can show ourselves exactly how to rediscover and experience our divine spiritual nature. How we must be able to open a brand new door in our hearts if we are going to find a whole new universe and the real gateway to total freedom. The enlightened state is a way of being. It isn't something that we try, I'll try to be enlightened for a while. It is a way of being enlightenment, an enlightened state, where the mind is at peace with itself. The demands and issues of the world no longer have the push and pull on us. The Westerners are no longer forcing themselves to be on time, busy, and constantly productive. There is more an exploration of the heart in leisurely time, sitting around, deeply relaxed, and doing absolutely nothing. This is what it takes to open up the enlightened state. And what's interesting is that even when we do take time to relax and do nothing, the mind continuously goes on searching, scheming, planning, avoiding, pretending, and pondering. It's completely wrapped up in itself, and it's caught in its own spider's web that it's weaving. Thinking over 60,000 thoughts a day, it can seem like a monumental task to deal with them all. How to manage them, manipulate them, be more creative with them, stick to the good thoughts, transcend the bad ones. And you find that whatever all these thoughts are about, it doesn't really matter. Our true enslavement is created from being unaware that we are continuously following these thoughts, one after the other, like soft, innocent little sheep. Most people are addicted to following the white sheep, good thoughts, and avoid the black sheep, bad thoughts. They were taught through social behavior that this is what you do to reach happiness and survive. And there is much truth to this, yet that mind game is never going to lead you to the ultimate freedom. So then what do? You try something radically new. Stop following any of these sheep, no matter what size, shape, or color they are. We all have been following our inner flock of sheep for a very, very, very long time. And wherever they seem to wander, we just tag along. These sheep have each of us in a very deep trance, believing that our thoughts are reality. So we may think that we don't have the option to step back from our thoughts at all. So we followed the same exact routes the sheep walked yesterday, and perhaps the day before, and the day before. So what else could there be? Be careful, these are lions in sheep's clothing. If you aren't aware that you're always following the sheep, you may do this your whole entire life. And then one day, you'll look at yourself and realize you have become one of them. The very instant that you stop following your flock of sheep, you will start to experience something very powerfully new. And don't take my word for it. Check it out for yourselves. Practice stepping back from your sheep just for one day. See what happens. Get a bird's eye view on the entire pasture and then step back from that thought inside your mind. Explore the experience of watching your flock of sheep with detachment. It all starts with being present to your own soft, sweet presence instead of the thoughts. Feel what is inside your heart instead of what's up in your head. A soft, simple, pure awareness is always there, resting at the core of you. The level of intense desire that a drowning man has to inhale just one more breath of air is the same level of intensity you will need to find freedom from your mind. Understand that. The level of intense desire that a drowning man has to inhale just one more breath of air is the same level of intensity you will need to find freedom from your mind. Freedom happens to those who do whatever it takes to wake up from the perpetually dreaming mind. By constantly following your thoughts, you become imprisoned in an addiction to serving them, serving those thoughts. Every thought you believe is true causes you to maintain the walls inside this thought prison. Wherever the sheep wander, you must follow them. And how free is that? A truly free being has the option to follow the flock or leave the pasture at any moment. And this is what I'm asking each and every one of us to explore. Your soul really wants to experience being free from the mind. Otherwise, you wouldn't be reading or listening to any of the information that I send out. When you've tried every spiritual technique in the book and you still have not found freedom, take the chance to explore. This is not improving, not about improving, changing, or fixing yourself. It's much easier than that. This is simply seeing who and what is already free from these thoughts. This one little inquiry can take you beyond the stars. Before you eagerly pounce on this quest, I will warn you, the addiction to following these sheep is very, very, very deeply ingrained in all of us. You may think that you are wiser, stronger, or smarter because you are following these sheep. You might receive loads of positive feedback for the wonderful sheep you've accumulated in your pasture. It may be very, very, very challenging to ignore your flock. Your flock is so soft, sweet, and naturally innocent. The addiction to following the sheep is very ancient. It's what you've done, all of us have done our entire lives. So it's not going to be easy. The mind is what enslaves us, and eventually liberates us. We are constantly hypnotized by its power and caught in a matrix of ideas it has formed around us. Our whole lives, we were taught that we must do something, become someone, earn something, and make some success of ourselves if we wanted to be free. We have believed we must follow these thoughts because they will give us those things we are searching for in this life. It's only when we go beyond the mind into pure consciousness, awakeness itself, is that you'll know you are free. And discovering your true nature is what will unblock you from manifesting what you really want in this life. And I'll be crystal clear about this message. I'm not saying the sheep are the problem here. They are just sheep. The problem lies in the addiction to following them. It's a survival instinct to follow them, and the habit is deep in each of our psyches to remain fixated on our flock and never step out of cue. And there are many succulent thoughts that will pull us in. Deep desires that our hearts are burning for will pull you back into the pasture every single time. I'm not saying it's wrong to live your life in the pasture. Just realize how to step out of it. Know yourself so intimately that you can choose not to follow the same sheepish beliefs you had growing up. Perhaps you feel you're somebody who is deeply content following sheep. You know your flock intimately. They are predictable. And you enjoy eating the soft green grass all day long, always fulfilling the ego's desires. The spiritual path is not for those who are addicted to their comforts. You might be so content that there is no desire to explore this level of freedom at all. This is okay. Your time will come when you realize the ego is never, ever satisfied with absolutely anything. It's definitely not satisfying for the ego to stop following these sheep. This is because the ego is the entire black and white flock. It's also the tight, controlling electric fence surrounding them. There is no way to get out of the flock until you find the sheep herder and start ignoring the sheep. You must use every power and resource inside you to do this. Do whatever it takes to be silent, still, and centered. Imagine that it's like what it's like to be free from all thoughts and just feel the soft stillness inside you. Don't rely on the mind for liberation. Just have faith and act on it. You're the sum cause of the entire universe. Nisargadatta. So I hope that you realize by now that this is about provoking you and shaking you, waking you, and stirring up more awareness inside you so that perhaps one lazy weekend when you're checking your mail, you have the insatiable burning desire to be free. If you truly want to be free in this lifetime, it takes courage, curiosity, and vigilance. The courage to be real, the curiosity to keep you innocent, and the vigilance for stepping back from this habit of following sheep. If no radical new thinking is introduced, your mind will continuously follow the wandering, lost, hungry flock of sheep lifetime after lifetime. To begin freeing your mind from its long history of enslavement, turn up the volume on your longing desire to explore the spiritual mystery of who and what you really are. What this means is that every chance you get, take the time to dive into this question: who am I? are not these thoughts. So who are you? Freedom will come more quickly. The more often you inquire into this, use all the free time you have to sincerely ask yourself this question. Every time you're waiting in line at the store, in traffic, or anywhere, take time to relax, breathe deeply, slowly, and feel into the space which separates you from the next imposing thought coming in. Practice, practice, practice. Letting the space between your thoughts get wider and wider. You can let go of the thinking machine and become that which is aware of it, existing beyond it, gently observing, being the non-attached observer who is allowing all thoughts to pass on by. This is the first step in total freedom. The second step is being eternally patient with yourself. The good news is that you have an infinite amount of time to get it right. Your soul has been trying to reach the ultimate state of freedom for lifetimes. And it is going to keep getting lost and unaware that you're lost again in the pasture, following the butt of yet another sheep, until you are fully integrated in this new perception. The black and white wandering sheep are always going to be surrounding you, for they are actually what is assisting you in your awakening process. So it's good to remember that when anybody has a truly revolutionary spiritual realization, it doesn't take or make the front page of the papers. It usually goes by unnoticed. The collective consciousness of society cannot utilize it, so it remains hidden in the dark basement in safe storage. The secrets that will liberate people from all of their suffering is inside the basement of the subconscious mind. And the only way to access it is through quieting your mind, which comes through practice, patience, and consistent self-inquiry. All the greatest treasures are hidden behind that which we wouldn't want to be with. All the greatest treasures are hidden behind that which we wouldn't want to be with. You are this ultimate mischief and brilliance. All the wisdom, compassion, and treasure is within. So where are you going to hide it? Pamela Wilson. Our thoughts will always attempt to shake us up or put us to sleep. They will do this until we are far beyond the flock. And we must move gently and persistently through the flock with a burning desire to get beyond it. And if we are truly persistent in our devotion for freedom, we will move beyond the sheep, and one day we will see the golden sunrise in the infinite pastures beyond the rolling green hills. The universe will invite you, push you, pull you, and entice you so that one day you are forced to master yourself. And life will always feed you feelings of suffering and ecstasy until you master your thoughts. It will constantly invite you to pay attention to that super important sheep who is standing right in front of you. You remember one thing here. This universe is divinely intelligent and designed to liberate you in the most mysterious way. It is here to turn you into an enlightened master so that you manifest everything you want in your life. Every person you meet is actually a teacher showing the next step to liberate yourself from your thoughts. If you honestly want to experience this, of absolute freedom in your life, you simply have to pay more attention to your burning desire to be free. I'll share with you the greatest sacred secret of freedom. The greatest. It's very simple, deeply powerful, and will transform your entire life when applied. So please use it. Meditate on it. The moment you wake up in the morning, when you get good at consistently practicing this little secret, you will stop all suffering in your life. It may not be easy to remember it. You are likely to forget it because there are 300 white fuzzy sheep in every direction you look. So write it down. Post this one little question on your fridge and bathroom mirror. What is beyond form and formlessness? What is beyond form and formlessness? The greatest secret to freedom will come to you from sitting and feeling into the answer. This can turn into another sheepish thought for the mind to think about. Yet truly, this is the lion that will take you beyond them all. To ride the back of this lion, you must feel the answer in your bones. You have to get beyond your head to win the jackpot. And you must feel into it with your heart and soul and get a sense of what the answer really means. The mind is too small of a container to hold the answer. So you'll need to step beyond your mind and stop using the mind to discover the answer. The spiritual being, who you are, is formlessness. The body is form. Yet what is beyond these both? Meditate on this until you have a direct experience of it. What is beyond form and formlessness? Very soon, you'll discover your true infinite nature. It is that which is beyond words, time, and timelessness. And yes, we want to honor the fact that you are this body, and yet you are not this body. That you are these thoughts, and yet you are beyond them. That you are the spirit, and yet you are something beyond the ideas of what we think a spirit is. You are beyond the form and the formlessness. You are beyond that which can be spoken. Who and what you are is infinite, and this means you are beyond language. If we could talk about it, that would create a limitation on it. And when each of us realize that we are beyond form and formlessness, then everything changes. You become the master of your reality. You realize that you already are the ultimate sheep herder of all the sheep in the entire universe. So it doesn't matter if there's 300 sheep surrounding you, or if some old mean sheep herder in the black sheep pasture pulls you into his dark flock. You are that which is beyond the herd, beyond the green grass, beyond the seasons, and beyond time. And when this discovery is made from the heart, something deep inside you surrenders and relaxes. You feel the bliss of pure being. So meditate on this and feel what it's like to be that which is beyond form and formlessness. Once you let it sink in, it will bring such a deep relaxation into your life. When every cell in your body relaxes into this understanding, you will truly become unstoppable. The concept alone that you are beyond this form of formlessness is not the gold mine. The true will comes from the experience that you are beyond the form and formlessness. This experience is the ultimate state of freedom. There is no higher peak to climb. You can stop here. Your spiritual search can end here. You can simply merge with this peak. It will instantly come into you if you surrender to it. Let it slip into you, for you cannot push yourself into it. Do this daily, and you will be free from any future suffering whatsoever. It's like nothing you've ever experienced before. Realize this, and nobody can ever disturb you again. You will be beyond the pasture and freed from the prison of unconsciously following another sheep ever again. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I am sure we all are. And the first thing that we care to do is relax our bodies. You're the master of your body. You talk with it, intimate relationship with it. You begin to learn about it. You know how to tend it, care for it, and it will do the same for you. So we're like magnets, supercharged magnets. So we attract all these different thoughts, feelings, emotions, and in 24 hours we can be loaded down with a ton. So why do we carry it? Let it go. It's all an illusion. Let it go. Your body will respond. Shoulders will drop. Face will relax. Head to toe, inside and out. And the body just eases. And as you feel your body easy, you move into the now. And the now is all we have. So many of us jump over the now into the future, jump over the now into the past. For some reason, we just ignore the now. Some of us will be enticed into a past. Some of us reminisce the past, but we don't stay there. Some of us stay there too long. So then we take the past, we bring it into a future that doesn't exist. We create the future from that past and relive the past in that future. Some of us will just wander endlessly into a future that doesn't exist, wondering what if. And the now, we create the future. And in the now, we still the subconscious mind. We still the mind. We still the ego. We step out of the mind and the ego. We begin to realize that we are beyond form and formlessness. And as we're in the now, the space between heartbeats, how do we stay in the now? What is it that we can do to help ourselves stay in the now? Our breath. You ever heard of a breath from the past or a breath from the future? Only breath is the now. And our breath is very powerful. It's not just breath. So when we find ourselves wandering off into the green pastures of the sheep herd, we focus on our breath, our breathing. And I guarantee you, every time it'll bring you back to the now, in the now. moment to moment. Exactly what you're doing right now is moment to moment. That is the now. We don't hear the chatter, the 60-some thousand thoughts. We're outside of it. Form and formlessness. And in the now, we have divine positive energy. Divine positive energy is our breath. And this breath, the reason it's divine positive energy is because it sustains the body that holds the kingdom of God within it. So we take this divine positive energy. We're all relaxed. Our bodies are relaxed. We've dropped off all the negatives and heavy weights that we've attracted to ourselves. We're in a relaxed, seated position. And we take our divine positive energy, our breath, and we merge it with our God Force Love Light energy, which is our chi, our prana, our ki, and we move this through 7 colored wheels of light, which have 7 separate flowers in them, and in each flower in the center is a different geometrical shape. These are the chakras, energy vortexes. They connect us to the astral plane. They connect us to all the particles of existence, to everything. They're conduits. And we start with the root chakra. And see this as we do this through your heart, mind's motion picture, of which you're the director, the actor, the actresses, choreographer, everything. So the root chakra, the Muladhara, the red wheel of light. Career, money, mindset, sense of belonging. It represents your foundation and feeling of being in the now. It's at the base of your spine, your tailbone area. What are your emotional issues? The survival issues, such as financial independence, money, and food. What are your physical associations? Spine, rectum, legs, arms, circulatory system. Then we move through the sacral chakra, the orange wheel of light, the Vadhisthana, sexuality and pleasure. It is your connection and ability to accept others and new experiences. It's located in your lower abdomen, about 2 inches below the navel and 2 inches in. What are your emotional issues? Sense of abundance, well-being, pleasure, sexuality. What's your physical association? Reproductive organs, kidneys, bowels, immune system. What about your solar plexus chakra? Your Manipura, the gold and yellow wheel of light. Personal power, ability to channel. It is your ability to be confident in the flow of your life. It's located in your upper abdomen and the stomach area. Your emotional issues are self-worth, self-confidence, self-esteem. Physical association is central nervous system, pancreas, liver, digestive tract, and skin. Then we move to the emerald green wheel of light, the Anahata. Love, relationships, self-acceptance. It is your ability to love. It's at the center of your chest, just above the heart. That's what we call it the heart chakra. Emotional issues are love, joy, inner peace. Your physical association, your heart, thymus, lower lungs, circulatory system, immune system. Then we move to the blue wheel of light, the throat chakra, the Vishuddha. Self-expression. It is your ability to communicate. It is in your throat. Your emotional issues are communication, self-expression of feelings, the truth. Your physical association is thyroid, respiratory system, teeth, and vocal cords. And then we move to the third eye chakra, the Ajna, the indigo wheel of light. This is your intuition, sense of purpose, direction in life. In this life. It is your ability to focus on to see the big picture. You see the forest through the trees through the forest, both. or none. It's located in your forehead, between the eyes, also called the brow chakra. Emotional issues, your intuition, imagination, wisdom, ability to think and make decisions. Physical associations, pituitary gland, eyes and sinuses. We move to the violet wheel of light, crown chakra, the sahasrara. Connection to the divine. It's the highest chakra. It represents your ability to be fully connected spiritually to the God, to pure consciousness. It's located at the very top of your head. Your emotional issues are inner and outer beauty. Your connection to spirituality, pure bliss. Your physical association is the pineal gland, brain and nervous system. Now we've watched through our Heart, Minds, Motion picture. We've brought these frequencies all the way up through the center of our bodies to the top of our heads. Our God force, love, light, energy, our divine positive energy breath. And we hold it briefly. I am light, I am love, I am. And in that brief moment, we compress and condense it into pure, omnipotently powerful energy, liquid energy, and then we pour it over the pineal gland. Pineal gland is very important to all of us while we're in these physical forms. It is the gateway to all the particles of existence. It is the connection to the astral plane, to the God, pure consciousness, to form and formlessness, and beyond. So when we pour this liquid energy over it, you see it in your Heart, Minds, Motion pictures any way you choose to see it as. I see it as a green ball, a rosebud, and as soon as I pour this liquid energy over it, it explodes into a massive, fully bloomed rose with a beautiful fragrance, multicolored petals, sending out waves of total peace, love, joy, contentment. And it's eternal. And it opens up all the gateways. Astral plane, pure consciousness, the God, all the particles of existence, everything and beyond. We're also consciously aware, all of us are, that we are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. We repeat this a lot. We practice it a lot, so that eventually we're on autopilot with it. We're also merged. The body, soul, spirit, the higher self, the heart mind, the ego mind, the subconscious mind, the God, the pure consciousness, all one. We're heaven on this earth. Every step we take, we create paradise. Eventually, the light within us, the God force, love, light, energy that makes us all up, will be like billions of floodlights shining on each other. Of the true love that we all are, and the gods that we all are. The God-man. We have others with us. We have the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes. We have the ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda Jesus, Salmoria, Abundantia, Pel, Thoth, Yahweh, Yeshua, many, many, many more. And both of them are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. And we're all compelled. We're all reflections of each other, teaching each other constantly. So we compelled to call out to all of the different facets and reflections of all of us. So we call out to all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, this meditation, forming the circle of light, and the complete liberation of civilizations of this planet, a higher and higher deep eternal love frequency. Now, they come into googolplexes. One googolplex fills this whole universe. They come in trillions of googolplexes, and they're with us now. We call upon all of the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, beneath earth, Agartha. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation of forming the circle of light. And they come in the billions, and they're with us now. We call upon all the galactics, off-worlders, celestials. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation of forming the circle of light. We're only familiar with a handful of them, barely. Over 1,000 travel through the solar system every day. Trillions travel throughout the universes every day. Now, the ones that we're somewhat familiar with includes all the civilizations and all the levels and species of these civilizations. That means the good, the not so good, the bad. But remember, only those with the highest of vibrational frequencies of deep eternal love and gratitude will be in this meditation. So we have the Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, the Feline, the Zeta Reticuli, the Nords, the Greys, the Draco, the Reptilian, the Golden Pyramid, the Avian, and many, many, many more. They have been assisting us in our evolution, enlightenment, ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. And they come in the billions, and they're with us now. We call upon all of our loved ones, all those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime, and all lifetimes that we've inhabited, and only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation of forming the circle of light. And they come in the billions, and they're with us now. And we call out to all the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms, on and above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now, this meditation, form the circle of light. We're only familiar with a handful of them, barely. And in the trillions, they come in shapes, colors, sizes, forms, configurations, of which many we have never ever seen before. Just to name a few of them, the fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, and the minotaur. Many, many, many more. And they are with us now. And we're all here, arm in arm, hand in hand. All of our gods, one. And we're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, abundance, prosperity. And we're all one. And we're all love. And we're all God, pure consciousness. And our God force, love, light, energy, is in all that there is, ever will be, ever beyond and forever. And it continues to intensify. And it continues to expand. We immediately form a massive circle of light, the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now in this meditation. This is our core existence, our core essence, our divine perfection. This is the pure consciousness, the God. This is form and formlessness. This light is so brilliant and bright that it grays out the sacredness of space. It would take 1,000 billion suns in this solar system to even compare to its radiance and brilliance. And it floods all of us, all life, the highest supreme value in the universe. And it floods us, saturates us from head to toe, inside and out. Lifting the vibrational frequencies of the entire civilization of this planet. Moving it into higher frequencies of deep eternal love and deep eternal gratitude. Constantly. Total liberation of this planet and its civilizations. Higher and higher frequencies of 5D and on. And we begin to levitate above the planet. And as we begin to levitate above the planet, we come into a massive field, gossamer field, an ocean of glitter. And it's flexing and it's flashing in trillions of colors, every direction, these little tiny mirrors. And they're all reflections of all of us gathered in this meditation. Back and forth. Atomic seconds just constantly flashing. And we're met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column that reminds us all that we are the power of healing. We call and the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is a column that reminds us of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. Then we're met with the white fire. This is the column that reminds us all that we are imbued from head to toe, inside and out, with a God force, love, light, energy that cannot be penetrated from any external authority. It cannot be violated. It cannot be moved, scratched, affected, seduced, enticed, at all. Ever. We are protected 24/7. But only you have the power. That if you decide, whether consciously or unconsciously, to lower your vibrational frequency low enough through hatred, anger, deceit, deception, anxiety, fear, aggression, you will create a breach in your white fire armor, enough so that you will allow all the lower dark matter and survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. If you do decide to do this, you are immediately met with the purple transmuting flame. This is a column that reminds us all that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutralized substance. And we send them to pure consciousness where they are gone. Then we're met with a violet ray. This is a column that reminds each and every one of us. We can bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame. We can purify and cleanse the area where the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, restoring the harmony and higher vibrational frequency of deep eternal love and gratitude. Then we're met with a golden, white, pink light. This is the column that reminds us all that we are the sunsets, that we are the sunrises, that we are the sun, the sunlight, the rain, the rainbow, all of the animals, the trees, the forests, the oceans, the lakes, the rivers, the streams, the snow. We are everything. The minute we view a sunset or a sunrise, and we view it as if it is separate, then we are disconnected from our God source. We are everything. We continue to levitate above this planet, and as we do, we come into the view of a massive crystalline light tower. Some of us step outside our physical forms, if we're carrying them, float effortlessly above them. Now this crystalline light tower we created. It's larger than the solar system. And in the center of the column, we see this massive oblong sphere. In the center has this warm golden white light flickering and shimmering and sending out warm mists, golden white lighted warm mist that penetrates us inside and out, above and below. And it is indeed pure, eternal love. It is a reflection of who we are, truly. And then it's surrounded by a multitude of colored band lights, all giving out shimmering waves of mist, warm mist, that penetrates the soul. And this is gentleness and kindness and generosity and humbleness. It's bliss and joy and peace. It's well-being. It is prosperity, abundance. It is all the things that we are, reminding us through the reflection of who and what we are. Form and formlessness. At the top, we designed it so the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees, literally saturating, flooding, and bathing us all in deep, pure, eternal love and gratitude, as it is now, as it assists with the liberation of this planet and this civilization. We are the drops of the golden ocean. We hold the essence of that ocean. The ocean is the drops are the ocean. The illusion is the separation. We then see our meditative sphere. It says center circle. We created this sphere almost 3 years ago. Every day, millions of us have been meditating in the highest of the highest high of deep eternal love and gratitude. All of this, over 1,000 meditations, flooding all of us 24/7. And the deepest, deepest, deepest of pure eternal love and gratitude. How can anything not be elevated? How can all things not be liberated? This is omnipotently powerful. It is immeasurable. And it is going on right now. And this is why the sphere continues to intensify and it continues to expand with the God force, love, light, energy. And it can be seen, heard, and felt in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. You feel form and formlessness. Enlightenment comes from consciously being in touch with the core of your experience. The core is where we evolve our consciousness. Search for the central core of your experience. This means that you drop out of your head and into your body, feeling what is truly happening inside it. Bring your attention into the center of your body throughout the day. Welcome whatever shows up in there. Feel your heart and belly deeply. More so than ever before. Let this begin to path inwards, where you discover the core of self-realization. Explore what it's like to truly live and breathe, each breath being in touch with the center of your being, form and formlessness. I join you in a meditation and return to close us out. nose. An easy breath out through the mouth. Move slowly. And understand that you are, all of us are beyond this form and formlessness. And our true wealth comes from the experience that we are all beyond the form and formlessness. This experience is the ultimate state of freedom. There is no higher peak to climb. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night and the following morning. And we will return here Sunday, December 6th, 2020, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call.